All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just to kind of reflect on what we talked about. Our first segment, we talked about our Thursday night review, all the things that's happening in Impact Wrestling TNA. We have the Under Siege pay per view that's happening tonight as we speak. If it's the East Coast for you, if it's the West Coast, it's already aired. Ultimately, looking forward to checking out highlights of that, finding out the results because I have pretty high hopes. I'm not trying to wish Moose to fail. I love Moose, and it kind of sucks that he beat Nick Nemeth in Las Vegas at the Palms Casino. But I don't know. I kind of want, maybe it's that WWE soft in heart in me, and I'm like, man, Dolph Ziggler was so good for the WWE. Definitely a hustler. He even did well in his tag team bouts with Bobby Roode. And then, of course, he came from the Spirit Squad. Like, I don't know if any of you guys, kind of remember that when they used to feud with the, D-Generation X when it was like Shane and Vince. And it was just, but then again, that kind of got me to like become like not new fan, like not like, because I was always a D-Generation X fan, but it just, you know, regeneration of D-Generation X back in 2007, 8, 2007. And I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool, and definitely is remembered. We also talked about our Thursday night wrestling review. We talked about Ring of Honor. Just quickly kind of ran through some of the matchups and you know the results of all of it. Definitely miss my guy being live the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. Definitely miss my man. But like I said, he had a new kid born, so good. Hopefully all is well with my man. So anyways, and then also we talked about our WWE SmackDown preview. What happens tonight? I did not watch a single shred of wrestling. Promise you guys. And by this time, you're probably like, dude, all right, stop, man. We get it. We get it. Like, why do you keep bringing this up? It's because I have integrity. If you don't respect that, you can. No, I'm just kidding. But so, let's move on to our third segment. We're going to talk about our WWE Backlash predictions. Let's, get right on into it. Let's go ahead and, of course, use the Tips of the Nations link if you guys want to, to intrigue and kind of just, partake in this conversation in terms of WWE Backlash. Again, the link is at gsmcpodcast.net. Give me some questions. Your predictions for Backlash? Ooh, that'd be fun. Give me some of your predictions for Backlash as I'm talking about these matches. So, let's go ahead and get right on into it. So, of course, first and foremost, we're going to talk about the first match on the board. No, I don't think this is the first match on the board. I could be tripping. Could be tripping. But ultimately, we're going to talk about the Bloodline with Tamatonga and Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa has recently found himself in the winnings category and in a losing streak. Good for Solo Sikoa. No, but like I said before in prior podcasts, and if you guys are like a Solo Sikoa fan, I feel bad for you. No, I'm just kidding. No, he just I don't know. I don't know. I feel like his past failures and the fact that he hasn't beaten anybody since John Cena in WrestleMania 39, it's just, I don't know. It kind of ruins the credibility of the bloodline. And the bloodline has been known henceforth, ever since Roman Reigns started it, to be known as kind of like this successful faction. And Solo Sikoa has not been successful, like at all. So, let's jump right on into it. We have the bloodline against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Ultimately, like I said before in the prior segment, that this is going to be a good match. Ultimately, I feel like Tomatunga and Kevin Owens are probably going to take like mostly the meat of this match. They're probably going to be the guys in the ring the whole time. Maybe Kevin Owens is going to be, in every tag team match, there's always that guy that gets his ass kicked and who's begging to reach for the tag to help somebody. Like, that's going to be Kevin Owens, which kind of sucks because Kevin Owens is kind of like this powerhouse that's not recognizable in WWE. He's a powerhouse, but he's gonna tag the Viper Randy Orton, and Randy Orton's gonna start kicking ass. He's gonna kill Tamatonga, and he's gonna kill Solo Sikoa, ultimately causing like some, like I said, I think this match is going to probably end in interference. Definitely, Jacob Fatu has been seen in WWE. There's been reports that he is in France tonight, enjoying a French dinner. Or just kidding. Imagine that he's just like, you have the French music in the background. Just kidding. But honestly, I can kind of see him kind of, getting into the fray, finally creating this new world order. And I can't believe I used an NWO, reference. So kill me, so shoot me. No, 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 no. I'm just kidding. There's no way that Tamatonga, Jacob, and Solo Sikoa could ever match up to what the NWO did. But ultimately, I feel like this match is basically going to be like the bloodline is going to flex. It's going to grow. Jacob Fatu will make his debut at WWE Backlash, ultimately costing Kevin Owens and Randy Orton the match, in France. So, you should look forward to that. Moving on, we also have the Kabuki Warriors putting up their WWE Women's World Tag Team championships against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Like I've kind of mentioned before, and I don't know if y'all could, um, kind of relate to me. I see, Jacob Robertson. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well, man. Absolutely, 110%. So I feel like if these two teams kind of go at it, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great match. Nevertheless, there's no doubt in my mind that these superstars, you have Asuka, absolutely like dominant. That girl knows how to put on a match. You have Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane, like I said, she won the Mae Young Classic. She's had her way in WWE. Definitely had some historic. She's been probably the definition of consistency in the WWE World's Women's Division. She's been there, done that, kind of dabbled in NXT and stuff like that. Um, I kind of want to see. I don't know if they would ever give her a singles run, but if anybody deserved it, it would probably be Kairi Sane. She was, she's pretty good, even when she was the Pirate Princess. But then you have Jade Cargill from the AEW. Absolutely impressive, a powerhouse and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool, absolutely, but I, I'm not doubting her abilities or anything like that. She is injury prone, 110%, but I don't know. I kind of don't want to see Belair and Jade win this match. And I know I might get a lot of scrutiny from you guys. And I know you guys are probably like, dude, what are you talking about? It's time that the Kabuki Warriors finally lose. Like, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it'd be cool to see something new in the WWE World Women's Tag Team. But my philosophy on the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast is I hate it. Hate it when two singles wrestlers band together to win a tag team championship. Like, why? Like, why? Why don't you let Piper Niven and Chelsea Green be in this spotlight? Why don't you let Jordan Grace and Katana Chance? Like, there's so many other, options for the WWE Women's World Tag Team Division. Why do you have to bring Belair and Cargill into this? Everybody knows that they're gonna win. Like it's not really like a surprise. I feel like the only reason why Paul Levesque would put this in was because people because he would expect people to like be like, oh, they're they think that they're gonna win this and that and the other. If they do win, that's cool. Great wrestlers, not doubting their abilities, not trying to crap on them or anything like that. But I want to see them lose their championships, probably, shortly into their reign to the point where maybe they start feuding. And I want to see Cargill and I want to see Belair in the ring, not on the same side. I want to see them on opposite ring posts. That would be badass. I feel like overall that would be best for the WWE. But it'd be interesting, it's interesting to see what they're going to do at Backlash with the Kabuki Warriors. So I don't know, just be on notice. This match is definitely going to be a heater. It's a lot of future stipulations based on this match right here for Asuka's career, for Kairi's career, for Jade's, and most importantly, the number one pick for SmackDown in the 2024 WWE Draft, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. So, a lot of stuff riding on this match. So, they better do it right. They better do it right. Next, we have our triple threat match. Bayley's defending her WWE Women's Championship against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton has recently kind of been like the antagonist of the women's division. Um, Bayley, freshly turned face, trying to, kind of pad up her relationship with her past friend with Naomi. Naomi, old school veteran in WWE, trying to get back to the level where she was, maybe where she should have been in the first place, but due to injuries and just unfortunate booking in the WWE and Vince McMahon mostly. Just kidding. No, just it's Naomi's not in a position where anybody could really bet on her to kind of win this match on Backlash. Ultimately, I kind of see Bailey retaining here. A lot of people like, and I did a show about I think it was 3 days ago, and I was talking about Bailey winning the Royal Rumble. And ultimately, a lot of people were kind of like, I got a lot of, on the chat, basically people saying that, like, I don't think Bailey should have won the Royal Rumble. And honestly, when she won, I was surprised just as much as you were. And but they're obviously planning something with her. They had that storyline where she had to get out of damage control, the group she created and stuff like that. Kind of like that, the last thing that kind of Vince McMahon kind of left behind for Paul. And he was like, you know what? No, we need to put Bailey into singles wrestlers and they turn her face, which is the right way, which is the right decision, which is probably the best thing for Bailey's career in a very, very long time. I love Bailey as a wrestler, but as a heel, she was trash. She was trash. Basura. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Her mic skills, like it was like watching it was like seeing like a 90s movie where you have the teen cheerleader just tossing out like, kind of like jazz here, like, oh, you're so stupid. Oh, that's dumb. You're an idiot. Like it was just, and then she gathered like a group of her friends, kind of like, comparison to 90s movies where you have your group of cheerleaders and you're like, you damage control, e.g. But ultimately, I just feel like Bailey wasn't meant to be a heel. She wasn't meant to be a heel. And the moment she turned babyface, I kind of like, I loved it. I loved it a lot. Like she honestly, and then like you see her tweets, you see her on social media, you see her with the fans. She missed it. She loves it. She hated, absolutely hated being a heel. I read on articles, I read reports and stuff like that, that Bailey didn't want to go heel. She never really wanted to. And honestly, you can kind of see this portrayed in her character when she was heel because it was awkward. When someone's not in the, in the spot where they're supposed to be, they get uncomfortable as a wrestler. Definitely. And then as a fan, as a viewer, as an audience member, I feel uncomfortable too. I probably grown a couple of ulcers watching this happen. It was that terrible. No, I'm just kidding. No, but ultimately, Bailey gonna be a face. She's probably going to retain. I don't see any reason why Naomi should win this match, and I don't see any reason yet that Tiffany Stratton takes the WWE Women's Championship away from Bailey. So next we have our WWE World's Heavyweight Championship match between Jey Uso and Damian Priest. This match is going to be definitely a looker. This is probably going to be one of the most, it's unpredictable to a point, but and I know that they're trying to push Damian Priest as a babyface, but ultimately this is gonna be how the Judgment Day finally break up. I feel like, and I don't think that McDonough, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dom cost Damian Priest the World's Heavyweight Championship because I love Jey Uso. I love the Yeet. Definitely love the Yeet, but he's not ready yet. He's not ready to hold on to the championship. He's not ready to kind of be that caliber of like that main event. Like he's main event Jey Uso. It's cool. He wins. Like I said, he defeated people like Finn Balor. He basically beat Roman Reigns in his match, but uh, I would think it would be kind of silly for WWE to push the title on him this soon. This soon, absolutely. But I think right now, for WWE to establish credibility and also to kind of keep that babyface momentum for Damian Priest. They need to keep the title on him right now because, as a title holder, of course, the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship, you kind of have an X on your chest. So everybody wants to give up. Everybody, wants to fight you. You have all the heels in wrestling, like trying to like do everything they can to stab you in the back. And then you have all the faces in WWE, like Jey Uso, that are going to come out and be like, I want to challenge you face to face. No BS. No, like, trickery or camaraderie or anything like that. I don't have guys. I don't have guys back there that are ready to come out and try to kick your ass for no reason. Kind of like what the Judgment Day's been doing to Jey Uso and even Damian Priest 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Kind of looked at it and he was like, dude, like, what are you guys doing? I didn't ask you guys to come out here. Why are you here? Why are you here? Ultimately, like, this is going to be interesting. Honestly, this is going to be one of the most interesting matches that happens at WWE Backlash. So excited to see it. I guess my prediction is probably Damian Priest holding on to the championship. It'd be interesting to see what happens with Jey Uso in terms of, I don't know, maybe. I, I highly doubt. I highly doubt one of the Bloodline members will come out and screw him, so to speak, or Jimmy comes back. But Jimmy's injured, so he's going to be out. But highly doubt that's going to happen. So it's going to be a good match. Going to be a good match, nevertheless. Finally, we're going to finish it off. The main event, our WWE Undisputed Championship match between the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. This match is going to be good. It's going to be good. Both of these guys, they have high caliber wrestling match potential. These guys are probably better than any other wrestler in the locker room. And I'm not trying to say that to be like, WWE kind of brought these guys as like world heavyweight championship caliber guys, so obviously they are going to be number one. Dude, like these guys have traveled all around the world. New Japan Wrestling, Ring of Honor. These guys are literally the definition of a world champion. Like I love Roman Reigns, love him to death. Saw him, in Ohio Valley Wrestling, NXT, WWE, but Roman really never went to Ring of Honor. Never really went to New Japan Wrestling or like Impact Wrestling or just like the MLW or the CZW or stuff like that. Like honestly, like if you want to know that your WWE champion is really the champion of all over the world, you have to travel a little bit, dude. Like, but then again, that's on WWE. That's on WWE, not on Roman. WWE don't want to open their doors. They don't want that forbidden door open, which I think is, nonsense. Absolutely, 110%. But like I said, with Paul Levesque, taking over, obviously you saw Jordan Grace come the TNA Knockouts champion, which, like I said, I have, conspiracy theories like that. We'll save that for another episode. It's Friday. It's been a long day. I have about 9 more minutes before I, give you guys, sweet, sweet kisses into your weekend. Hope you guys have a lovely weekend planned with your family. If you're all by yourself with your hamster, I'm just kidding. I gotta stop saying that. Like, I'm gonna get canceled based on the hamster thing. But anyways, my prediction, just kind of hit on this sweet nothings real quick. Obviously, Cody Rhodes is going to win the match, but I think ultimately this match is going to kind of demonstrate why AJ Styles still kind of got it. It wouldn't surprise me if after this match, WWE Raw makes a trade for AJ Styles. Ultimately, probably you have the breakup of the Judgment Day happen. Maybe Judgment Day goes to SmackDown and AJ Styles comes to Raw, or perhaps maybe, I don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. But ultimately, I feel like whoever is going to be traded to Monday Night Raw, I feel like kind of at least has to kind of have the caliber of challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, because this is obvious. This is kind of like, like even if you're a businessman, if you're going to give up a talent like AJ Styles, if you're SmackDown, you want to have like that same caliber of talent. Ultimately, kind of, like switching forward, like that's what a trade is. That's what bartering is. Like, you have to trade value for value. If you get lowballed, you're not going to want to make that trade. So ultimately, I feel like this match is going to be awesome. I see Cody Rhodes winning, defeating AJ Styles. AJ Styles hopefully goes to Raw to pursue Damian Priest, which would be one hell of a match. Absolutely awesome. But yeah. So Fourth segment. Looking forward to our fourth segment. We have our wrestling news roundup, which I like to do every Friday on my last segment. Just kind of give you guys a little bit about what's happening in the wrestling world. Some major talking points. If you find yourself in a professional wrestling conversation with like maybe like a guy at a bus stop or someone standing in line at the grocery store. Or maybe you're sitting at a bar, like chilling out, and like you're just hanging out there, like drinking a beer, and there's like that guy. He's like, you know what's crazy? This happened in and he's like, dude, like, thanks to Eric from the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, I can participate in this conversation. I'm just kidding, no. So let's get on into it. Time is running short, so hey, be right back.